Oh, you're looking at me. Good morning. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti. 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 Peace inside my heart, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside my heart, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti. 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 Peace inside the earth, God and only God is moving me. Peace inside the earth, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Om. When there is peace in my mind, there will be peace on the earth. Thank you. Okay.
So our reading is from the Science of Mind magazine for today. Get closer, thank you. Is that better? No, is it not on?
Go ahead, keep talking.
Keep talking?
There you go.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. Our reading is from the Science of Mind magazine for Sunday, May 5th. Leaning toward the light. For me, becoming isn't about arriving somewhere or achieving a certain aim. I see it instead as forward motion, a means of evolving, a way to reach continuously toward a better self. The journey doesn't end. That was from Michelle Obama, from her book, Becoming. Sitting in the shadow, we may not really believe there is any sunshine, but the sun would be there all the time. It is there, but we must awaken to it. Ernest Holmes. We have a giant monstera plant in our living room. Actually, a Monstera delicosa for all my plant nerds, and you know who you are. This particular plant, or at least the one we cohabitate with currently, is enormous. When we first placed it in the room, all of its leaves were facing in one direction, plastered against the wall opposite the window. I noticed one morning all the leaves were swaying in the other direction, leaning toward the light that crept in through the window. Now I know this is not a new discovery. We know plants move toward the direction of nourishing and life-giving light. But isn't that exactly how we also operate? Our true nature, our inner urge, our invisible passion calls us to lean toward the light of truth, the light of revelation, the light of transformation. Just like we have to rotate houseplants as they move in search of the light, we also experience our own life in this gentle kind of rotation. We are called to bring our scraggly leaves out of the darkness we created and point them in the direction of the light. In the light, we can see them for what they truly are, things crafted in darkness, longing for the light. Each day we awake with intention. Each second we find ourselves in meditation. Each interaction with our neighbor. Each time we pause in quiet reflection. Each step we take is an act of rotation, an act of revelation, an act of leaning toward the light. The affirmation is, I am open to the inner urge and passion that lives within me. Thank you.
Coming? Meredith is coming out to sing, so we're going to wait a second here for her entrance. It's on. Can you hear enough? It's loud enough.
Testing.
It's on.
Well, I trust that all is well for everyone today, or all is getting well. So we know it's one or the other. And this song is All Is Well. All is well in my soul, all is well, all is well, all is well in my soul, all is well, all is well in my soul, all is well in my soul, all is well in my soul, all is well. Heart, all is well in my heart, all is well, all is well, all is well in my heart, all is well, all is well in my heart, all is well in my heart, all is well in my heart, all is well. Spirit, all is well in my spirit, all is well, all is well, all is well in my spirit, all is well, all is well in my spirit, all is well in my spirit, all is well in my spirit, all is well. So I see a lot of you are just sitting there very solemn, looking very like you aren't happy to be here. So, all is well in my smile. So, let's have the smiles. Thank you. All is well in my smile. All is well. All is well. All is well in my smile. All is well. All is well in my smile. All is well in my smile. All is well in my smile. All is well in my heart again. All is well in my heart. All is well. All is well. All is well in my heart. All is well. All is well in my heart. All is well in my heart. All is well in my heart. All is well. All is well. All is well. All is still well. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith.
Thank you, John.
All right. We have an opportunity to do another piece, so.
Okay. Well,
If you might not do that, it's fine. We can move on. Mawada's here, so. Well, let's just do it. We're not start, I guess, because it's late. Why don't you think of us time for later? What you want to do? That was great. Thank you.
All is well.
Yes, it is.
Good to read. Good to know.
regardless of appearances.
Oh, man. God is good, yes?
Yes.
24/7, 365. Sometimes it just doesn't feel that way. Sometimes you disappoint yourself for extended periods of time. Sometimes you need help and you don't know how to ask. And so, here we are. And you know what's funny? Nothing.
What's funny?
Nothing. I realize funny's not the word. The irony, if I'm looking for it, it's kind of loud right now, yes?
No, it's
The talk today, according to the outline, is how to go from good to great. So, if you want to go from good to great, first you have to be good. And being good takes a lot of connotations. Being a child of the 50s, being a good boy was a real big deal back then. You know, you do a lot to be a good boy. I mean, you got to be a good boy. You didn't want to not be a good boy. They played it up really, really well. The brainwash was very intense, and it worked on me very, very well. And to this very day, little Billy's still trying to be a good boy. Even though I realize in life, it's a fallacy. It has merit, but the concept includes too many traditional things that don't necessarily apply to my own well-being, but it's a standard and model that says if you can fit this model, if you can fit in this box, if you can be this person, if you can be this child, then you're going to be all right. But if you're not, then you won't be all right. And not being all right had connotations being a worthless sinner, and you're going to go to hell, and or you'll be a fallen woman, or you'll be a miscreant, or, you know, a low down, no good. You never make anything out of yourself. And so the program is very intense to not be a person who falls into one of these things. However, you know, in order to fit in that paradigm, so many times, so much of yourself has to be sacrificed to be that thing that you lose sight of yourself. And that conflict of losing sight of yourself causes behaviors. And behaviors, and there's another word here, but behaviors is the one that's coming through right now, where you come up short, where it's not working for you, and you're trying to do everything you know how to do right, but you still don't have the prize you're looking for. Are you feeling me on this right now? One of the things with Mwata, I got a lot of stuff in my pockets. Last thing with Mwata is I have time issues. And I can blame it on my chemical deficient brain. I got an ADD bipolar brain, you know, it throws my energy, you know, I'm in a different world most of the time and all that different stuff. Well, the world's not set up well. You know, if I was in an African village, I wouldn't be having to deal with this concept of time like this, you know. I mean, that's the one that's easy to run to. Well, you know, if I was back in Africa, I'd be a griot and I wouldn't have to do this. But you're not, Mwata, you're not. You're not back there. So sometimes there's conflict, sometimes there's turbulence, because just being in the human body is a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy to manifest physical manifestation. Okay, we're at the top of a certain spiritual, I don't want to call it a hierarchy or a pantheon of beingness, because not every being manifests a body. Are you with me so far? The mere fact that we're here, you are here, on this plane of existence, physical existence, manifesting physical form, means that there's enough consciousness, enough of an idea of humanity in the mind of God, and that humanity exists. But not only is there enough idea of this idea of humanity in the mind of God, that humanity exists, that through all of humanity, all of time, all the beings that ever existed, there's space in the mind of God, in the mind of the infinite, for this being called Mwata, who has this brain. It comes with talents and it comes with handicaps. So to go from good for great, you have to accept where you are right now as good enough. It doesn't mean it's everything we want, doesn't mean everything we do, doesn't mean it's the ultimate, but if we can't convince ourselves that right where we are and just as we are good enough, we can't ever get to great because we don't even feel good yet. And we can spend all of our lives striving and toiling to be a good boy, to be a good little girl, to fit into the box, be a good citizen, do all these wonderful things, and life is going to work out perfect for you. But it doesn't happen that way. So the first thing we have to do, and that's what I love about this philosophy, that's what I love about this organization, it accepts people right where they are and just as they are. There's no bad people that are automatically shunned. You can't come in because you're whatever. You know, I remember this guy stumbled into the Pentecostal church I was going to, you know, clearly inebriated, you know, and kind of out of it. And the ushers were trying to shoo him away. He wants to come in. They're trying to stick him in the back in L.A. Cleveland. He's an old Pentecostal. He don't mess around. He saw him back there. He said, "What's going on? Bring the man up here." Bring him up to the front. All the saints started praying over it. If he came in here for one reason and one reason only. He wants what we have to offer, even if he's not ready for it yet. He didn't say that part, I'm throwing it in there, but you know, sometimes what we need, you know, I was reading once, or I heard it once, I know it's about that when the body needs a certain nutrient, it will crave the food that has that nutrient in it. Because spirit knows. Spirit always knows. One of the things we do to go from good to great is we let go of what we think, because we understand my thinking is flawed by or corrupted by the idea that I have to fit into a box that will make me okay. And after I get to be okay, then I can be my wonderful, beautiful, God-centered self. But we never get there, because in order to get to that place, we have to accept the fact that right where we are, God is. So it's interesting how life just shows up. And you have to just roll with it. And we are who we are, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better, until your better is best. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better, until your better is best. Who thinks they got it?
Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better, until your better is best.
Absolutely. Look at you.
I will wait.
That's good. My daughter came home with that in the 3rd grade. I didn't know if the teacher must have known, because, you know, teachers are like that. Well, the person who grew most from that quote was me. Because what I came from is like, you know what? Everybody's doing the best they can. Even if you think their best sucks. Even if I think my best sucks. You cannot give less than your best effort, because we're engineered to show up in our best possible fashion. If we're showing up less than that, it's because less of us is engaged, because it's being distracted by survival, fear, regret, shame. All these different things will distract us from our true self and true purpose. You know, we get stuck in, we get lost. You know what they do with the television now, it's just, I was hooked on TV in the 50s, and it was just a little old black and white screen with a channel that rotated. I was flipping the channels. My father repaired TVs. He's like, "Boy, you're going to wear out the channel selector. You keep turning it so much." Before, there must be something besides commercials on these 5 channels. Accepting who we are. That's the first step in greatness. We have to accept that right where we are and just as we are, God is. And it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what your station is. It doesn't matter what your brain capacity or functionality or chemistry is. The little boy said, "I know I'm special." Why? Oh, I thought everybody was on this one. It is an old cartoon, so y'all might have forgot. I remember little things like that. I know I'm special, because God don't make no junk. That's right. It's me and you. We were there. Beth was there. The rest of y'all. I know I'm special. Why?
God don't make no junk.
Say it yourself.
I know I'm special, because God don't make no junk.
Again.
I know I'm special, because God don't make no junk.
Once more. Unter más. What does that mean? What's that mean, Eileen?
That means that I was born perfect, full, and complete.
Say that again.
I was born perfect, full, and complete.
Stand up and say that.
I was born perfect, full, and complete.
And what does that mean?
That means that there's nothing I have to do, there's nothing I have to say, there's nothing I have to
Period. All right now. There's no ellipsis or nothing. That's period. End of story. No more negotiation. Nothing else to talk about. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. I showed up whole, perfect, and complete. You know, I got to tell you, if you have an ego, this philosophy is for you. Because it tweaks it and just the perfect. I mean, who wants to not feel like they're whole, perfect, and complete? The ego says, yes, that's right. I most certainly am. It's about time the world recognized me for my wonderfulness. But see, everybody's whole, perfect, and complete. And that's the next step to being good to great. You have to be able to identify talent wherever it shows up. And if you got a whole catch of people that are undeserving, I remember this, I saw this thing about a job interview once, and the guy says, well, we had all these different applicants. We couldn't find a single one that was qualified. Well, two of them were women, a couple of them were black. You know, what were the qualifications? Well, we just couldn't find anybody that really fit the model that we were looking for. It's a mindset already in place. We're dealing with this, but we have the same mindset. Yes? We know what we like. We know what we want. We don't want anything different. I already know what my favorite food is. I already know. I found out yesterday. I was thinking, man, my favorite flower is the begonia rex. I'm like, well, can you have a favorite flower, Mwata? And all the flowers, well, that's my favorite plant. I can't call it my favorite blossom because all the blossoms are beautiful, yes? Each one of us is beautiful. Each one of us is whole, perfect, and complete. Just remember this one thing. You are uniquely special. And so is everybody else. And see, when you know that, now we approach life from a perspective that I am the same. Now, it could be the same that we're all low down, worthless, dirty no-goods. Okay? But we're on an even playing field and can rise together. I don't have to have nobody's keeping me in my spot. If we're all the same, that means nothing's keeping me here but me. They asked Joe Lacob. He's kind of a local hero celebrity around here, in case you don't know. He's the owner of the Golden State Warriors. I mean, I'm just saying I happen to be a big Golden State Warrior fan. But they asked Joe Lacob in a business meeting or a conference, whatever billionaires go to. He was speaking on how to go from good to great, this exact topic. He said, if you want to go to good to great, you have to hire people smarter than you. You already know how to be good. You've exhausted all your goodness. Yes? I'm finally at the place where I feel I'm good. But now I want to be great. Well, see, if I knew how to be great, I would be great already. You understand? If I thought I was great, I wouldn't be wondering how to get to great. I'd be walking around saying, I'm great. See, whole, perfect, and complete is not the same as great. Because whole, perfect, and complete says nothing's missing. I don't need anything. My needs are met. Expectations are exceeded. My joys are fulfilled. I'm living my life at the highest fashion. But I think there's something more than this. See, that more, that's the great. The more is the call of the Holy Spirit. Sometimes the call of the Holy Spirit shows up like building a business. Sometimes looks like take care of family. Sometimes looks like rescuing a dog. It looks like many different things, but we all have a call to do something and be something that will not leave us alone. Yes? You got something that won't leave you alone? Just, man, why won't that just go away? It's been in my mind for 30 years. Maybe God's trying to tell you something. And let me tell you something about the Most High. God is persistent about what I need to know. Hire somebody smarter than you. He talked about the current coach. That you take Mark Jackson, for example. I gave him my checkbook. I told him to go get me the best coaching staff in the world. And the man looked at me and said, I already have the best coaching staff in the world. Well, Joe Lacob wasn't comfortable with his coaching staff. He's the one who wrote the checks. Mark Jackson got fired. Everybody was mad. Mark Jackson was a black man. I was mad too. There's a white guy, Steve Kerr, came in. We don't know him. He's an unknown. It's kind of a side story, but... And he took him from good to great, using the blueprint that Mark Jackson, the previous coach, left. because he was able to bring new information, new ideas to the same subject, using a lot of the same schemes. Sometimes a pair of fresh eyes makes a big difference. A fresh mind makes a difference. Good from great. I was reading an article about it. It says, it begins with great leadership. I said, well. We're cutting close to the bone right now. Great leadership. That's something we need around here. Great leadership. Better leadership. Better leadership than me. And that's just a fact. Doesn't mean I can't contribute. But there has to be a better driver on the bus than me. I don't want to be on the bus that I'm driving. I just saw me like on a mountain curve in a big old bus or something going, you need somebody, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm just saying everything's up in the air right now. See, to go from good to great, you have to be willing to let go of everything that you already think is good. Or you keep holding, don't let good be the enemy of great. Yes? Pretty much have to disappear who you have been. Your good self has to vanish. All the work, all the energy that I put into being a good little boy, it wasn't for naught. I trained myself how to discipline myself to fit in a certain paradigm, and now I used to take that same energy, the same training, that same discipline, and put it into a different paradigm, from the poor little me paradigm to the good me paradigm to now the great me paradigm, which I continually work on expressing every day of my life. Oftentimes the old programming comes in and says, where do you think you're going? Do you actually believe you're whole, perfect, and complete? Do you actually believe that you are an emissary of the Most High? Do you actually believe you channel the Word of God? Do you actually believe the power to heal is within you as it is with everybody else? Do you believe these things? And I say, yes, I do, but then what about this thing right here? And then the turbulence of the doubt will suck me down in, and old behaviors show up. You wonder why you keep going back to the same person. Programming. And it takes...
Programming is it. I was programmed that I was born in original sin.
Yes.
And I needed this hierarchy to bless me, pour water on me, dunk me, communion me, confirm me, and hound me because I was such a sinner, and that's the way I was born, and that's just my tough luck.
And you can blame it all on Eve.
So if you're programmed that way, then you start out being not whole, perfect, and complete.
Yes.
So then you have to work to be a good boy or a good girl, and then you can be good, but that takes a lot of effort to be good, because everything is tempting you to smoke this. Well, I don't know about everything.
Not everything, but enough things.
and we're distracted by everything. Hormones, yes. But then those hormones calm down, and you've given up your church, you've given up your spiritual practice in place of an orgasm. And then the orgasm goes away, and you're left without a church and an orgasm.
Woo! What's that? What'd you say? What happened?
Can't we have both? Speak for yourself.
I'm saying that many of us have given up our church and our faith and our spiritual practice when we fall in love. Because it feels so good to be in love that we let go because we want to sleep in on Sunday. And then when we're left broken-hearted and alone, we go, where was that damn church? Programming. Change the dial.
Somebody's bringing the heat today. Spirits in the house.
So what you're saying is the only person you've got really is yourself. So be happy with yourself. Then all these things will be added unto you.
We are splendid.
That's it.
We are splendid. This hand is splendid. Every cell is splendid.
Because God don't do what?
Make no jump. We are splendid.
God don't make no junk.
And we were taught, don't think so much of yourself. Don't think you're so good. Don't think you're so smart. Don't think you're so cute. Don't think you're...
I don't know. That's the 50s right there. There's the 50s right here. Now, it continued into the 60s. Folks started bucking in the 60s.
Yeah.
Okay, started saying, well, we don't like blah, 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 blah. So by the time 70s came, folks were trying to do something different, but the old programming's still there.
Sure.
80s, 90s. But kids coming out now, it's different now. Okay, several generations later, children now, it's like if you don't respect them, they don't feel like they need to respect you. It's not, the 50s, you had to respect old, crazy people. It didn't matter. You better not backtalk no adults. You go home and tell your parents what they said. Okay, you don't say nothing. And you could get whooped by your neighbors too. And your parents let you know, don't make Miss Johnson have to whoop your butt. Because if Miss Johnson got to whoop you, then I'm going to have to whoop you for embarrassing me in front of Miss Johnson. This is the programming that I'm breaking free from. I've got people coming to me, younger men who are doing different things, and women, of course, and they're like, well, Monty, it can go like this, and well, Monty, and they go show me these things, and I feel like my mom, who's 93 now, and she keeps asking me to show her how to do stuff on the computer that I'm just figuring out how to do myself. I don't know enough about it to teach you how to do it. I can show you what I do. I can and maybe that's what's going on with the people who ain't showing me. Maybe I'm so thick in the 50s that I'm just not translating 2024 very well. And maybe I just need to accept that. That I'm just, somebody said, well, you talk like an old man. There's a reason for that. Oh, man. But consciousness is cause. And consciousness dictates everything. And when we recognize that we're one with God, one with life, one with the universe, when we understand what Dr. Holmes said when he said the manifest universe is the body of God, man, that's some stuff right there.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
The manifest universe is the body of God. Yes.
He comes back and said it's the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. God knowing itself. Himself, herself, whatever self you picture God to be. Contemplating the infinites of beingness. Burst into creation, physical creation, because there's different creations. We know thoughts are things, yes?
Yeah.
And thoughts aren't physical, right? Okay, so then it's a thing, because you take that thing in your mind and go out and make the thing in physical form. It's a prototype, it's a mold, if you will, for physical form. Everything begins with an idea. Ideas are things. Yes? The chair you're sitting on right now began as an invisibility. Everything starts out invisible because it begins as a thought. And it goes into concept and into form. The floor, everything is conceptual. Everything began as invisibility. You started out invisible. Just an idea. Somebody was thinking about having a child. Somebody was praying to have one. Somebody was praying to have one just like you. One of the things we say in my community that's so powerful, when I say my community, that's African American community, because I guess I belong to a lot of communities, because I guess my number one community right now is the spiritual community, so I'm just making that particular distinction. It says, I am the answer to my ancestors' prayer. I am the answer to my ancestors' prayer. My ancestors who were in bondage, my ancestors who were enslaved, my ancestors who were captured, my ancestors who were... But everybody has this story in their history, okay? This is our telling of it. But there were people going through those hard times praying for a day when one of them would be able to do what I'm doing right now and live the life that I'm living right now, multiple generations of beings prayed for me to be able to stand in this place and do what I'm doing right now of my own free will. And the same is true for everybody in this room. They don't have to know you personally. They don't have to be a member of your family. They don't have to be a member of your race. People are asking for this for all of lifetime, which includes you. And like it or not, we're at the very best of humanity right now. There's no good old days to go back to. We keep evolving, getting better. But what's happening is we're tearing the scab off the wound is being exposed, and now we can see what's really going on. And everybody's upset saying, oh, God, ain't awful. Things are getting worse. Things are being exposed. They're not getting worse. They're becoming real. But everything we see that we call real is based on perception. We're making it all up. Who I think I am, you know? When I was a boy, I played marbles. I wasn't the best marble player, but I was pretty good. But I dreamed one day, it would be nice. I saw the movie Alibaba and the 40 Thieves and Open Sesame, you know, and there's a story about that too, but he found all these riches. Well, I just wanted marbles. You know, I said, man, if I could just find a room full of marbles. I'm 9 years old. I would be the happiest kid. This would be the happiest thing, man. This would be the happiest experience. I'm just dreaming about marbles all the time. Marbles, marbles, marbles. Yeah, it seemed like I lost those marbles, but that's another story. Eventually, I discovered girls. Better than marbles. Much more distractive than marbles. Marbles don't really do anything, you know. Man, if I could just find a room full of girls. You know, now my room full of marbles was replaced with a room full of girls. Now I know, it might be considered misogynist, but I'm 10. Okay, so I'm coming into puberty here. This is huge. Girls, girls, girls on my brain. But eventually I got wiser. Well, maybe not wiser, but I discovered girls like money. I need money. I need a room full of money. So now my whole persona is about money. And I discovered knowledge. I said, man, if I could just find a room full of knowledge. And that's where I am right now. I don't have any other dreams than this. This is the highest of me, the best of me. And there's a part of me that's now like coming into completion. I want the best for this center. We need new leadership. We do. This is just getting too hard for me. I saw Brother Ishmael this weekend. He's one of my mentors and my big brother from Ghana. He's talking about resistance. And how when we meet resistance, we have a tendency to become the resistance instead of pushing through the resistance. Like we come upon a hard time, that's resistance, and the description of the hard time and how it's stopping us becomes our reason for not going forward. So instead of he used an example of a prism, and he showed how light goes through the prism, meets resistance, and gets differentiated into all the different colors. And this is like what the power of God is, okay? And so all the different colors, or all the different beingness, the entire universe is being represented by this same energy, like the solid white light going into the prism, and we begin to identify with the prism, the resistance, instead of the source. Are you with me so far? And so we have our origin story. That's resistance, because we come from the infinite, you know, into the womb of the mother, where it's like a infinite experience, because in the womb, you're not hungry. All your needs are met. All your everything is happening for you. Just laid back. This is as close to heaven we get. Okay, this is it, and it's great. You know, like that's all I really wanted out of the whole thing. God said, "No, you got to stick around for the whole show." I'm like, "Really, really? Do I have to?" God's like, "Yeah, you do. Not everybody does, but you do." That's why I'm still here. So we have a story, we have an idea about what life has been. That's the resistance that's been designed to make us more powerful. Because we push through the resistance. It's like the sun eventually gets through the cloud. If it doesn't blow away, the heat will eventually dissolve the cloud. It pushes through. It doesn't begin to identify with the cloud. Don't identify with the story you're telling about yourself. Your personality that you are protecting so diligently is a place where your consciousness is hanging out until you have a better house to move into. You know, they sell something on the market. You can help me with this, Beth, called starter homes. Well, if you've never had a home, you don't even know what a starter home is. What the heck is a starter home? A starter home? Oh, there people get houses that this is their training wheels for having a house? Oh, yeah, you get this little house right there and you move up. You see, you're supposed to keep getting more, better. Well, your parents help you with your starter idea of who you are. And all they could do is show you how to be successful on the model that they understand. It's like the woman that was cutting the, what's that one about cutting the roast on both ends before she cooked it? Ask her mom why you do that. I don't know, my mama did it. Well, ask grandmama why I don't know, my mama did it. Well, they had 4 generations in the house. She went and said, well, we started as very poor, didn't have any refrigeration. We couldn't keep all the meat. It would go bad. So we had to cut it and sit in the size pan we had to put in the refrigerator. And the tradition continues. So people keep doing the same thing over and over again, even though it's not working, even though the purpose it was designed for and did work for doesn't work anymore. There was a man out fishing. He kept throwing the big fish back in and putting the little ones in his bucket. Finally, someone asked him, why do you keep throwing back the big ones and keeping the small ones? The guy looked at him like he's crazy. He said, I have a small frying pan. What's that?
The smaller ones taste better.
We got some anglers in the house. I didn't know that. I have known that some of these little sardines I get, though, they are so delicious. So now I get it. I don't know why I like them better than the big, fat, juicy ones. Okay. Now we know about that, too. So what I'm saying is this. Small ideas. Small minds produce small ideas. Great minds produce great ideas. But if you get enough of the smaller minds together, collectively, it makes a bigger mind. We work synergistically off one another. And bigger ideas come into place just because different perspectives come into place. So you don't want to be the smartest person in your group. If you're the smartest person you know, you need new friends. Stop hanging out with stupid people. That was a joke. They're not stupid people. They're just not intellectually matched. Doesn't mean we can't have a relationship, but I need other relationships that's going to stimulate this thing in me that needs stimulation that's not stimulated. I don't have to not ever see these people again. I have to incorporate something different in my life. I'm always looking to incorporate something different. People get burnt out in centers of this size because everybody's doing something. And people are being overworked. I'm being overworked. But I know we're on our way to a greater expression of who we are. Because I'm on our way to be a greater expression of who I am. And it's happening right now. This is like chapter 10 in my book. I've got it now. This is chapter 10. This is a law of buoyancy thing. To be buoyant, buoyancy is when the water pressure going up is stronger than the atmospheric pressure coming down. Something in that water is going to rise. It's going to float. You're being floated to the surface because there's an upward pressure. That's upward pressure pushing you up. That's the water doing its thing because it's got more force going up than the gravity has pulling you into it. Interesting. What's true in the physical realm is true in the spiritual realm. Spiritual buoyancy is when the force of gratitude is so great that my grievances, my grudges, cannot sink me anymore. And the way to do that is to increase my gratitude quotient. My gratitude quotient is increased when I divide everything by 1. If I take all my problems, all my grievances, all my lack, all my limitations, all my fear, all my dreads, and I stack them all up, and I just divide them by the concept of oneness. Like light going into a prism. Oneness infuses all the grievances, all the gripes, all the grudges, all the complaints, all the fears, all the drought, all the... Oneness now infuses those things, and once it's infused in my conscience, the truth is it's already infused. All I'm doing now is allowing myself to recognize what's been there the whole time, and the divine shows up in the grievance. The divine shows up in the grudge. How many times have someone done something wrong, harmed me, grieved me, and we show up like Joseph and we say, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. I prospered because of your low down, dirty, no good self. I got to stop saying that. I've been told. But I still enjoy it just a little bit. But I prospered. You tried to hurt me. Me moving away from you moved me right into my blessing. Thank you. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you for hating on me. Thank you for doing, because I'm going to keep blessing everybody, because I know every time I bless somebody, it increases my quotient of gratitude. I'm infusing whatever the circumstance is with the oneness of God. And when the oneness of God gets infused in anything, everything rises up into that consciousness. People worried about ascension. Ascension begins with gratitude. Everything starts with gratitude. Being great starts with being grateful for the goodness that we already have. And then scouring, looking at everybody, seeing the potential greatness in everybody, knowing everybody who wants to help can help. So now it's down to our lives. What are we waiting for? Is there an alarm going off? I have an alarm going off. It's been a tough year for me. Y'all know my first wife died on my birthday. My birthday's coming up. It's taking me through stuff. Stuff I didn't even know existed. I'm grieving ways I didn't know could be grieved. I'm not pining away like wishing we were anything. It's just, she represents my childhood. We were childhood sweethearts. Well, she wasn't even a child. She was my childhood wannabe sweetheart. And that part of me is gone. It's given me an urgency that has now ticked back 1 year. And the heat is on. The heat's been turned up, people. And I'm getting cooked. And I believe you must be getting cooked where you are right now, too. So the best thing we can do, if we got to ask, we have to get help. Depend on one or come together. You know, that's it. God is on the throne, people. Bow to the truth of your being. The greatness is in you right now. The greatness is happening right now. Even if you don't know what the great thing is, know that it's happening right now. And you are being moved into the right and perfect place at the most perfect time to be the most perfect vessel for the most desirous outcome for humanity as well as yourself. This is what God does to a servant. Anyone who's listening. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the good things that are in store for those who love God. I'm in for that. And this is one of those good things. I love this community. I love being in service to the community. The community services me. I want to give back. I want to be the best thing I can be here. But I think we need to have, and we haven't had a membership meeting in a long, long time. We're way overdue. And so I'm calling on leaders today. If there's something in you called leadership, this is a place to exercise that gift. I'm a gifted teacher and speaker, and channel. There are others with gifts of leadership that I don't have. And I accept that. And this is calling all beings. This is a universal, I don't want to make this sound, but you hear it. And if it's calling on you, then please respond. And thank you for your patience. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being. God bless.
Thank
you.
Oh, yes. We do our offering right after the service, right after the conversation. So one way to make a difference is a financial difference, and please know we do appreciate that, but your presence is the most important thing. Your consciousness after that. Financially, it helps us keep things going around here. There's repairs, but this organization is part of a larger organization that is promoting this concept of oneness around the world. And so we're all part of that. We're all making the world a better place through everything we do. We're grateful for your contributions. Please know you're activating the law of circulation. It helps keep prosperity active and abundant in your life. And we have a prosperity affirmation that goes, please repeat after me, from a consciousness of abundance.
From a consciousness of
And
abundance
centered in gratitude.
and centered in gratitude,
I generously give.
I generously give
I accept the
gifts
gifts
of prosperity.
I accept the gifts of prosperity and abundance as I demonstrate
I demonstrate
divine circulation in my life.
divine circulation in my life.
In gratitude I freely give.
In gratitude I freely give.
In joyful acceptance I freely receive.
In joyful acceptance I freely
And
receive.
so it is.
And so it is. I am remembering who I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering.
Giving thanks and praise for the offering received. We accept and know the law of circulation is always active in our hearts, our lives, our minds, our circumstances. We circulate this good knowing that it is always circulating in us and through us and as us as a blessing of the Most High, indwelling in self-existent God. And for this and so much more we give thanks. And so it is.
Moata, did you mention the address already?
No, I did not.
Give at sfcsl.org. And that's for PayPal and Zelle. Thanks.
Thank you. Someone needs a prayer today. Have you done your part? Someone's in despair this day. Have you prayed from the heart? Listen to the Spirit telling you, calling you. They need a light, you know, or a prayer of love. Lifts them high. It heals them, sustains them, and sets them free. Our prayer of love lifts them high. It heals them, sustains them, and sets them free. Indeed, someone needs a prayer today. That someone is always me. That someone is always each and every one of us. Each and every one of us survives, lives, thrives in prayer, on prayer, and as prayer. So with this realization of prayer as a necessary ingredient in daily living, that I plunge and immerse myself in the deepest darkness, surrounded and inundated by the blackness and the stillness, I sip the nectar of the silence. And I know God. I see one life, one mind, one power, one presence. I know that there's one eternal giving nature that lives and breathes and has its being in and through and as all of creation. I know that right where I am and just as I am one with this life, mind, power, presence, and this eternal giving nature. It's my life, my mind, my power, my presence, and my eternal giving nature. It lives and breathes and has its being in me and through me and as me, and I am literally a walking, talking, living, breathing expression of the divine, indwelling and self-existent one. Whole, perfect, and complete. And what's true for me is true for all beings everywhere. It's true for me. It's true for all beings, all circumstances, all situations. God is all there is. There's one life, one mind, one power, one presence. The essence of the divine is infused in and through and as each and every one, each and everything right here and right now. It's all God. It's all divine. There's a garden of bliss in my life. There's a garden of bliss in the lives of all beings everywhere. And right here and right now, each and every one is awakening to the garden of their own bliss, taking a moment to breathe in the Spirit, breathe in the love, breathe in the life of God. The one life, the primordial breath that's been ebbing and flowing throughout humanity and all of lifekind since the beginning of time. It's the same breath that we've been sharing since the beginning of time. The oneness is continuously and operating even in our respiratory system. And we say yes to this divine operation right here and now. We surrender all ideas that do not conform, that do not allow the truth of oneness to be present and rest and abide and root in them. Every idea we have, every thought we have is infused with an understanding of wholeness, oneness, allness, and aliveness. And so each of us, even as I right here now, surrender to the velvet canopy of darkness wisdom. The same wisdom that scattered the stars across the velvet canopy of darkness and rises the grasses from the floor and deepens the ocean and fills it. Sculpts the mountains. That's the intelligence that's leading and guiding me, leading and guiding each and every one of us. It's an intelligence beyond my ability to comprehend. It goes ahead of me, preparing that which I need even before I know I need it. Spirit goes ahead of each of us, preparing that which we need even before we know we need it. So all of our needs are met, expectations exceeded, joys are fulfilled, because we continually allow the blessings of the divine to overwhelm us, to inundate us, to take over and take charge of our lives, so that we continually disappear and Spirit continues to emerge in us, through us, and as us, reflecting and directing the divine will of God. All beings everywhere are forgiven in this moment. Each grievance, each harm is released in this moment. Those special cases that we've been keeping secret, that we open and we're shaking out the cupboards and the jars and we're setting them free. We're digging up all the corpses we forgot we buried. We're releasing the people under the stairs. All grievances are set free. They're flying out of our consciousness like bats out of hell. Doubt, regret, fear, rage, pain, lack, limitation are fleeing. Hurt, harm, danger, grievance, they're fleeing. Everything they represent is fleeing. And I am emerging resplendent and supreme in all I think and all I say and all I do, as I allow the divine presence to be the activity of my heart, my mind, and my presence. Each of us right now are shimmering examples, resplendent examples of the Most High indwelling and self-existent love of God made manifest in the flesh. And we say yes to the divine incarnation and let go of everything unlike it. We say yes to the divine origin story. We say yes to the realization of wholeness, oneness, and allness in our lives. And we bless all beings everywhere with the same realization. We bless all beings everywhere with the same realization in everyone. Ali, Ali, out, sin free today. Everybody gets a free pass. Everybody being blessed by the divine. I am the blessing for each and every one. I bless each and every one. All of my relationships are unconditional loving relationships. All of my relationships, financial relationships, I draw my good from that inexhaustible source. The church draws their good. The sinner draws their good from the inexhaustible source. Each of us draws our good from that inexhaustible source. The source The substance, the strata of the entire universe is inexhaustible, and that's what's supplying each of us right now. So we say yes to all the divine ideas that supply prosperity to our lives. We say yes to every idea that opens us to a grander idea of prosperity right here and now. We say yes, resolving all conflicts with all beings everywhere, and allow prosperity to reign supreme. We make peace with all beings everywhere, all circumstances. I make peace. With my debtors and my creditors, I make peace. I resolve the conflict, and all is well. Our bodies are alive with spirit, on fire with spirit. Every cell is firing with precision, optimum precision for divine health. And every decision I make is making way for that divine firing to fulfill itself in such a fashion that there's an eruption inside of me where every cell is firing with precision for perfect health in my body. And it's true for me, it's true for all beings everywhere. It's happening right now. The body is consistently working to repair itself. It's designed by God to do that. It has its own buoyancy. It goes back to its original default parameters where all is well. And we're saying, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Holy Spirit. We surrender to the divine wholeness in our bodies today. We allow every organ, every cell, every activity, every system to be inundated and blessed with a consciousness of wholeness and aliveness and a oneness, and we are on fire with the healing properties of the divine spirit right here and right now. Every cell, every system, every organ is on fire with the truth of perfect health right now. And we gratefully say, yes, our minds are on fire with the perfect health. The brain is experiencing perfect health. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. Any other idea, any other possibility is surrendered into the truth of divinity and the truth of wholeness. I see each of us rising up from the ashes right now. We've allowed ourselves to be burnt till all the dross, the fire is so hot that all the dross of lack and doubt and fear and limitation are burned away. And the shimmering examples of our divinity is left. And we are alive in spirit and beautiful and wise and kind and generous and operating for the good of all humanity. This is the truth for each of us. It's the truth for the San Francisco Center. It's happening right here and right now. It cannot be otherwise. It's already in play. I surrender. I let go and allow it to be. And so it is.
And so it is. Okay.
So,
Are going to be announcements?
yes. Well, we'll begin with fellowship service today.
Yes,
And it's Cinco de Mayo weekend.
that's right.
So some of us might have some Cinco de Mayo stuff to do. Whatever that might look like. And of course, Daniel's course is still alive and well on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Boxing class at 8 o'clock on Wednesday and noon on Saturday.
Yeah.
Boxing for fitness. Get yourself in shape. And
Shambhala is...
Shambhala is 3 Wednesdays now, right? First, second, and fourth?
I'm not sure how many times they meet, but they are actually going to be meeting on Saturday early from 8:30 to 10:30 so they can break down before Daniel gets here. I'm not...
Prepare yourself,
Yeah.
body and mind, and then boxing.
They're not on Wednesdays anymore.
Oh, they'll be both, but it's not every week. So if anyone's interested, I have the contact information.
Okay, we need to have that posted, but thank you. Thank you for the update. Absolutely.
And, go ahead.
Foundations, I put out, at least I told Nikki, and I hope she passed it on. I'm just not going to attempt this until June. It's just not working. You know, and you told me that last week. You said, no, 2 weeks ago, you said, it's just not working, Rev. It's not time. You know, you were right on point. And I was in resistance. No, I could still do it. No. And so I've been running into difficulty with the same thing on the morning call. So I'm apologizing for the people who, and somebody else needs to be able to open that room and do this. And so let's make it so that it's not just me having to do it, because I'm clearly.
You want it daily?
Yes, I do. Yes, please.
Well, anyway, you don't need to sign up, but this is the Zoom ID, so if you want to write down the
Yes.
7 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait for hope. You have to wait.
I'm gonna, there's a way you can set it up for people to just go straight in.
Yeah.
And I want to have it set up like that.
And if you don't get the newsletter, you can sign up for the newsletter or go to sscsl.org and sign up there. But you have to get a confirmation email. And then
So
you
look,
have to pay to man that computer, which is fine. I can't do it next week, so if you could just choose a week, just one.
thank you.
Thank you, Eve. Yeah.
Can somebody
That's great.
sign up?
Thank you, Eve.
And then
Hmm.
choose
Hmm.
what Francel graciously did this morning, is read something from the Science of Mind magazine at 11. So that means you have to come from 5 to 11 to read 5 minutes.
Excellent.
If you want to sign up. And we don't have the meditation anymore, but if someone wants to anchor that at 10:30 to do a meditation, you can do that.
Mm.
Thank you.
Indeed. That's some great leadership right there,
There it
Eve.
is.
Thank you.
There's administration right there. And
Instant manifestation.
it's true.
Thank you, President. Oh, oh, wow. So,
Gratitude. Thank you.
yes. Okay.
Thank you for being very direct or honest today about things. It was quite a talk.
Thank you for the morning call. The morning calls are great.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
anyway.
you. Thank you, Eve. I enjoy them a lot myself. Thank you for Meredith.
Meredith is here.
And
Fantastic.
Dr. John for the music.
There's more to
And,
come.
Yes, I know.
But
Well,
anyway.
and well, you said doing the thing, so I'm just,
Oh, I'm
and
just
thank you,
rambling.
Eve, for all the wonderful ways you're showing up. It's good to see you in the house, Amy Jo. You know, I know, so just
Everybody.
thank you for blessing us with your presence. And Daniel for everything. Fred Self. And Nicole and the Mashburn family. You know, just awesome beings. It helped. I saw your name, Frank Mashburn. It's like, oh, it's in my mind now. Frank Mashburn. It's got an energy around it. Frank Mashburn. Okay, Fred Mashburn. I talk like an old man, I
Why?
tell you.
Why?
You stop laughing. It's not that funny. It's actually hilarious, I know. As in, I got the right to... Cracking up every second. And I was calling Wayne Wyatt one time. Isn't that what I said?
Well, Wyatt. Wayne Wyatt. Wait, well, there.
Well, you know, here's another thing. I'm
okay.
sorry, I might have to just be... Now, you talk about being brutally honest. I might need to go get my hearing checked.
That's okay.
No, you hear things differently at certain
It's not
points.
a bad
Sounds start to form together, and you hear things differently. My little sister is already wearing a hearing aid, and she's a year younger than me, so it could be time.
You're talking about Wyatt a lot, and that's the one kid of mine that you never met. He's in Seattle, and his name is
that's why.
Wyatt.
That's
You
why you
talk
have
about,
that
you say his name all the time, and you've never met him.
Well, there you go.
So I think it's that. So I like that you say it.
So it's your fault.
No, I'm sorry, it's not your hearing. No, I don't think it's just that you have expansive mind, you're channeling things all the time, and you know, it's not right there all the time.
No, it's not. I'm not right there all the time. Most of the time, I'm just not here, and that's the
That's
truth.
true.
The information is not there all the time.
Yeah.
You are here in the cosmos.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Eve, for that. New York.
I know. I'm just going to share briefly. There were like twice as many people here one Sunday, and I was really feeling good. I thought my talk was great. I'm a much younger minister than I'm probably about 25 years ago. I'm still, I'm thinking differently about myself than I do now. And so I decided I was going to say everybody's name at the center. Now, Francel is always dressed immaculately, okay?
and she just has a very striking appearance, okay? She was sitting like right here, and it was intimidating. I'm not gonna lie, it was intimidating to me. She's sitting there looking good, okay? And I'm like, can't think of her name. It just, and I went around and I answered everybody, and every time I looked at her, she's like, I know you didn't forget my name. I know. I think she only sister in the house too. I know you didn't forget my name. I was like, no, I didn't forget it, but I couldn't remember it either. And so, yes, I'm never going to forget Francelle. Absolutely. So God bless us, everyone. Thank you for being in. What a great day. Thank you. Thanks for coming, Cousin.
And thanks to Gene Edge for that little comedy routine you did earlier. Whatever you want to call it.
Oh, you're on tape, girlfriend.
Yeah,
Talk
wow.
about the big O.
So John doesn't know that Spirit was talking to me while I was sitting there, just listening. So this is what came to me, and John, just be there.
I hope it's the same song I'm thinking it is.
No, it's not. It's not. What? No, just.
It is?
Just listen.
Oh, okay.
Go with it. Go with it.
You can accompany. You can find that too.
Sure, I can do anything. I'm a wizard. Go ahead.
You are.
It's all right.
I surrender all. I surrender all to thee, my blessed Spirit. I surrender all. That just popped in.
Okay.
I was told to sing it.
Beautiful. Okay.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. And no hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life living life in peace. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. Oh yeah. Imagine no possessions, no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. One brotherhood of human. Imagine all the people sharing all the world, sharing all the world. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I know I'm not the only one. Perhaps someday you will join us. You will join us, and the world will be as one. Will be as one. We can be as one. We can even be as one love, one love. And so it is. Thank you.
Once more, Meredith, thank you. It was what a gift. It's so nice to have you back in town.
I like the way you began with that I surrender all.
Yeah, wasn't that beautiful?
It's just beautiful.
You can't lose with surrender. And might I add, that is a stunning ensemble that you put together.
Yeah,
as well.
it is.
Indeed. Indeed. I like that powder blue with that white. That's nice.
Thank you.
So, thank you for being present, being a part and membership of San Francisco Center for Spiritual Living. We're about to end the service, but we're going to keep it going with our fellowship. Please stay. If you haven't seen our garden in the back, please avail yourself of our beautiful, wonderful healing and calming garden environment. We're going to pull the chairs back and bring out the tables, and we like to eat around here, and so we'll be doing some of that. And you're invited to join us. Thank you for being part of the service and the experience today. So we leave here with the grand idea and the grand realization that right where we are and just as we are, the power and the presence of God is. Please repeat after me. The light of God surrounds me.
The light of God surrounds me.
The love of God enfolds me.
The love of God enfolds me.
The power of God protects and watches over me.
The power of God protects and watches over me.
The wisdom of God guides and directs me.
The wisdom of God guides and directs me.
The substance of God supplies, supports, and sustains me.
The substance of God supplies, supports, and sustains
Wherever
me.
I am.
Wherever I am.
Wherever I go.
Wherever I go.
Whatever I think, do, or say.
Think, do, or say.
God is.
God is.
And all is well.
And all is well.
And so it is.
Let's gather in a circle for I am the place where God shows up.
I think you're having too much fun at my expense.
Circle, Ray. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being.
I am the place where God shows up. We are the place, we are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. We are the place where God shows up. You are, and you are the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. You are the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Forgive my tardiness. Work in progress. What's your name? Nice meeting you.
I am the place where
God lives,
She's the delightful. She is the delightful spirit.